All right, let's do this. Okay. What's up, Matt?
What's going on,
Okay.
Miss App?
How you doing? Welcome, Spotlight Radio Show.
It's all good. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, everything is
Live, live.
already. Okay, I see you got the handicap sticker hanging. You drive with it on?
Nah, I just got through dropping my mom off. You know,
Okay.
she don't know how to drive.
That's
So,
all right. I drive my mama around too.
yeah, so I gotta, still support the elderly.
Already. Absolutely. So how's it going?
It's been a busy day, busy all week. My main objective every day is, you know, 820. Input in,
Mm-hmm.
output. My business motto is business before pleasure. Thank
Uh,
God. Business before pleasure. That's the main thing in this life. Just
absolutely.
you know, just staying focused with my music and staying dedicated to the ones that support me. It's all about being real out here. People
Absolutely.
can see through anything thin and shady.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about being real with yourself and what you represent.
Ready 100%. So you're from
Yeah.
Third Ward, born and raised?
But the real hidden story is what a lot of people don't know is there's an origin to everything. I was really born on the north side,
Okay.
uh, Houston, but I've been born and raised in Third Ward. That's where all of my family really resides. So
Okay.
I learned a lot from the trade. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you high, and there ain't really nothing nobody can tell me nothing new. I
Okay.
ain't too old to learn something new, but I feel like the versatile experience that I know from these streets, you
Mm-hmm.
know, I'm my own legend. You don't have to be a celebrity to be a legend out here. You know,
Okay.
but as long as you living on these streets, man, you old enough to tell a story, and that's
Absolutely.
the bottom line. You know, I just make sure I keep my ears humble to
Mhm.
listen attentively to anybody. Whether you're young or old, I just make sure they teaching me something. You
Okay.
know,
Yes.
they ain't teaching me nothing. Then that means that I'm too stubborn, big head. So
Okay. I feel you on that. So when did music begin for you? How long have you been doing music? Like, where did you come from? Like, have you been doing music for a long time and I just haven't heard of you?
I go way back. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I can't find my steps because you know I I left society at a very young age, and a lot of people that grew up with me know my background.
Mm-hmm.
So man, I left society at the age of 15. I'm talking about back when Ted Poe was throwing quarters and telling you, hey, if it lands tails, you going to jail. You feel
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
So I come up in that real high violent type of era, back in
Mm-hmm.
1993, where the violence was real high. And I ain't saying I'm some prolific murderer or Mr. Badass, excuse my language, but, back in those times, it's all about survival. I lost a lot of partners, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, back in the game. And a lot of people can witness to that. But my music started when I was going to church. My mom used to take us by the ears and throw us in the choir. You gonna learn this tune, you know what I'm saying, or you gonna get whooped. So everything birthed from there. Anybody who been in that background, they know the steps when it's born. So from there, I took the tour, and I hate to say this, but I had to learn everything from the penitentiary. You know, just rapping and playing and freestyling and just entertaining people, but it
Yeah.
birthed you. And when it's birthed in you, it's gonna come out of you everywhere you go. Ain't nothing that nobody can say what you not. Because
Okay.
like I said, a lot of people that's born today, they weren't even was born back in my time. But
Yeah.
and I'm not saying I'm old ancient dirt, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just speaking of history. That it started
Absolutely.
from my mama throwing me in the choir and me going around middle school. There's a lot of people that went around with me. They can vouch to that. I remember my teacher, Miss Gordon, she told me, look, Matthew, I need to talk to you outside about something. and I'm thinking I'm in trouble. But eventually, she threw a kite at me. She threw a little word to me, told me, "Look, Matthew, I got a song that I want you to sing. It's a rap. So I want you to rap this here." And I said, "What is it about? What's the theme about?" She said, "It's about education is the key." So I say, "Who wrote this?" A partner of mine named Lloyd. So I
Okay.
say, "Okay, that's a bit. I'm gonna go home and rehearse this." So I went home and rehearsed it, and when the time for the contest came, I rapped and won first place.
Okay. Good
So
one.
everything started from there also. So
Already.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it,
So,
it
how, how long
yeah,
did you spend in prison?
I did 10 years in prison.
Yes. Already. My brother, he just did 7. He just made it. He's been home. It'll be a month this Friday. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But don't get me wrong, when people hear prison life, then
Hmm.
the thing is people get real stiff. People watch you so stiff like, okay, he must be one of them type, like he Billy Bad or something like that. But it's not that. It's just, you know, people reap what they sow. I believe in karma. So the action that paid on me, it came upon me, but I paid my dues for it.
Already.
That's fine. I paid my dues for it, and it's like I'm still paying dues because of for all the ones that I lost along the way. I lost a lot of people, as far
Yeah.
as like my father, my granddad,
Hmm.
my brother. There's a lot of stuff I have in my music that's personal, and it relates to my brother, R.I.P. Go Ricardo. He was like my backbone bro.
Was he
We
your younger brother or older brother?
He's like my oldest, second to the oldest brother.
Okay.
Uh, like I say, me and him was like real partners. Like
Yeah.
we rolled dice together, sold drugs together in the past, skipped school together, and where you at? You know what I'm saying? We kept up with each other like that. So I have him in my music, as a
Already.
as a reminder, that I want his name to be a beacon. His name won't die.
Absolutely.
As long as I'm living, you know, people gonna know about him. And the rest of the fallen soldiers who was before me, who paved the way for me. I don't know where my life could have been if I would have been out during the era when Big Mo, Screw them was representing Fat Pat, and all those other prominent, well-known soldiers. Ain't no telling where my place would have been. I can't say I could have been in the group, or I don't know where I would have been. Because you can't really roll the dice and know where your life is going here. But I can show my respect now, and and give that deep reverence to them. You know,
Absolutely.
to all of them who paved the way, especially Big Mo. I know his brother personally. We all went to school together. But those guys paved the way for us. You know, and my partner Duke Gooder, he been so 1,000 with me when I got out, when nobody else was dying with me. That boy there, man, he was thrilled with me when nobody else was. So I tipped my hat and still got mad love for him. And whatever he's doing, I know he's taking care of mad business. And that's how we was birthed.
Already. Yes. Yes. So let's talk about green light. No,
Uh,
it's not green. It's not green light. It's green. Let's talk
yeah,
about green. How do
yeah,
I?
green,
Yes.
green,
What was
green, man.
your inspiration about making
It's,
green?
it's, go ahead. What you said?
I said, what was your inspiration for making green?
Green was based on my experience of betrayal with a lot of people coming from my prison life. I was loyal to a lot of people, and when you loyal to people, you expect it in return. But it was a lot of cutthroat people,
Mm-hmm.
who was jealous of me because of my intellect. And hey, it is what it is. And like I said, I remember things, but I don't hold beef or grudges. Also, when I discharged, I experienced a lot of, you know, betrayal, even with relatives. Here I
Mm-hmm.
am. You can invest so much into other people, bless their game, but then there's nobody to bless your game. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I've been going broke, paying people, blessing their game, looking out for them, but I don't get nothing in return. So when it's my time to get help or assistance, who's giving it? No, nobody.
Nobody's
You know.
there.
And
How long
when I
have?
was down, yeah,
Uh,
go ahead.
I'm sorry to cut you off. How long have you been home?
I've been out like 5 years now.
Okay.
But the
Yeah.
most positive, most positive thing that a man or woman can do when they're incarcerated is to rehabilitate themselves, become involved in those good health programs like entrepreneurship, trying to obtain a degree. And that's the thing that I obtained. I went to an entrepreneur program
Hmm.
and they're PPP. That's where a lot of guys get a lot of knowledge from.
Okay.
And I took what I learned from those books and I came out here and learned the business sector, about how to run your business and understand the 820 rule. That's the main thing. 820 rule is you got to know how to be laid back, making that money and not sweat because it's
Okay.
gonna come back to you. See what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. I mean, believe me, I've been trying to guide that into my brother because he's just been home just a month now, and he's the number one hustler in the world. I want to shout out to the real Shatasha that just jumped on. She sings that hook. It's the thuggish, ruggish bone.
Yeah.
And also Scarface, Mary Jane, Mary, Mary, Mary. So shout
Uh,
out to Tasha. Thanks for jumping on, man. So, what do you have coming up for this year with music? Are you going to jump on some shows? Texas just opened up today, so how has it been in Houston? Are people acting crazy and wild for you?
no, it's the regular. I feel like everybody recuperating from that fall back from the weather, and
Yes.
I see it's been a lot of great help from Trader Truth. You know what I'm saying? That boy he real to the city. He really have a deep heart, man, and really giving that assistance. And I always salute him. I know he don't know me personally, but I know he knows some trill people that I know. But if he know them, he knows me.
Right.
But I tip my hat for him because he's been really doing a lot. Also to Jay Prince as well. He been showing that love to the community too. So
Right.
I feel like everybody now is recuperating and getting back to normal and doing conducting business.
Absolutely. Yeah, that winter storm was. Ooh, I love bad weather because I love anything that makes you stay at home because I'm a homebody. Like I like to be out and about. I like to do things, but I love. I mean, if the weather shut you down, but it was cold the first day, it's snowing, ice all on the road. I went out. I'm
Yeah,
trying to find a store. I left the water running like almost damn near full power. So I didn't lose water, and I'm out here in Montgomery. So I have a heater, that's by gas. So I was warm even though the lights was out. And
right.
I just kept charging my phone. My grandfather, he lives next door to me, so he has this generator that's loud as hell, and you smell like gas just by
Yeah.
looking at it. So, but it
How
was
was you able to sleep? With all those chemicals in the air.
yes,
It just spin around like vapor. Like
mm-hmm.
when you fixing breakfast, you can smell the aroma. It was pretty
Yes.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, shout out to all the ones that my aunt and uncle, they still have no water. They have a well, and the well like broke, and this part that they need, I mean, it's like nowhere around. So they ordered this part, and they've just been waiting for like all these weeks now. So shout out to my aunt and uncle, and a lot of people, still haven't got back like all the way on track. But I'm glad
But
we
it's
got.
all good. And like I say, know, we Texas strong. We always break through, and it's a blessing. God always bless us to be able to help each other out in many ways. But revert back to what I've been working on is I'm working on my album in progress. I'm gonna be networking and try to get out there and put myself more available out there, try to set up some shows or whatever presents this way towards me. I'm willing to take, what I'm saying? I always been a stand up in front person. That never timidity has never been in me. And I guess that comes from where I've been. I've been around a lot of people who paved the way for me, involved in me. So, I've never been timid or intimidated to stand out in front of people and present myself. So that's the best thing about me.
Yeah,
I
I can.
love to entertain.
Well, I would love to see you perform, hit the stage and to perform. I do miss that, going out. Kemi is on New Orleans. Hey, Kemi. But I can't wait to get back out there. A lot of people have not stopped like going out to the clubs, but now, I I had the vaccine shot. Are you getting the vaccine shot? Do you have the vaccine shot?
Man, I don't. I did so much research on this stuff. When I seen this guy on YouTube, his tongue was so big, overlapping over his chin. They said that was the side effects from it. So that made me fall back, man.
Okay.
Because and I read about the doctor died. He took it, so I'm like, man,
Has anyone close?
what
Has
you say?
it? Sorry to cut you off. Has anyone close to you had COVID?
Nah,
Okay. Okay. Yes, yeah. See, that will make you, think about saying. I would say people that haven't had someone like real close to them have it,
yeah,
them that die, like my mom did. That's what made me say, "Hey, I don't want these symptoms. I don't want to go through it." And then also to protect my grandfather,
right.
so I did it for that. But I am kind of glad that everything is back open.
Yeah, what you think about? What's your opinion on the masks?
The mask, before I got the vaccine shot in January. So
Mm,
before I got the vaccine shot, even if my niece or nephew come by, I'm talking about put your mask on. Even if they didn't come in the house, put your mask on. Put your mask on. I've always been that when somebody cough, I'm kind of already ducking, so even like now with Texas being open, I went out today, I went to the dollar store and I have two of my nephews with me and I kind of felt awkward because I didn't have my mask on. I was like, I'm gonna see if I can walk in the store without my mask. I'm not in nobody's face. And I felt I felt out of place without my mask on because everybody had their mask on.
right.
So it all depends. Like if I'm gonna go to a place and I'm gonna be in there and there's a lot of people, let's say like I was just running in and grab me some of these lashes that I got on and come right out. But if I'm gonna
Yeah,
go into a place more than about 30 minutes and it's a lot of people, I'm gonna put my mask on because I don't know if
right.
they've been vaccinated or they can drop something on me and I bring it home. I'm gonna
Yeah,
still
so
play safe as possible. As safe as
yeah,
I can.
no, and I believe I adopt that same belief as you. And at the same time, I also got to keep my. We also got to keep. I ain't gonna say me. I believe we also got to keep ourselves, you know, eating right,
Mm-hmm.
exercising, and
Oh, I don't.
just taking the right ingredients in our immune system. That's the key.
I need
The
to do
immune
that.
system
Yeah.
is make sure.
I'm not gonna say I'm agreeing, but I need to do that. You're right. I'm gonna say you're right
Good, baby.
because
So
I'm
it's
not.
always like I said in the beginning. Uh, we can always be open to learn anything every day.
Yeah,
Even if we already knew it, it's just making a step to
mm,
find make a change, and
absolutely,
that's
absolutely.
always the thought.
Hell yeah. So let's talk about your clothing brand, Hardballing.
How you know about that?
Don't worry about that.
See what I'm
Hardball,
saying? Too fly.
hard.
But yeah,
Matter of fact, when I seen Hardballing, I was like, Hard B Allen, because all I seen in Hardballing was Allen.
right. Uh,
That
hard
Allen popped out to me.
man, I ain't gonna lie to you. No boast, no brag, but hardball and origins, like I said, is established from when I was incarcerated.
Hmm.
I think ahead, so I had to start planning before I became discharged. I started thinking, man, you know what? I need to start putting things in formulation. So
Hmm.
when I get out, I already have my business blueprint and everything I already set out and ready to go for this sports. My goal was to have a sports brand that come out of Houston. We always adopted Nike, Adidas, Reeboks, and no knocking them. They some very good companies, but to have officially adopt our own brand
Hmm.
and from the origins of the players who we looked up to, from the 90s, 80s, and 90s, it was players like Robert Ory, Michael Jordan,
Hmm.
uh, Keem Olajuwon, flipping back to the comics, old school throwback comics. You know, if you could think of all those well-known superstars, we from my era, we come from them. We
Hmm.
come from those, you know, other players like Patrick Ewing, all these people. We as youngsters, we grew up watching them,
Right.
and when we played in scrimmage games for different companies like MLK, YMCA, YWCA, we had to show up and work hard. in order to start. And it was a bad thing to hit the bench, but you had skills, but somebody had to ride the bench and be a support.
Hmm.
But I tried my best to always work hard so I can start. So I want to be out there working hard, playing defense, offense. I want to be everything. So I always started as a point guard.
Okay.
So by me having that mentality to know the game, I said, you know what? I need a sports logo that represents Houston,
Hmm.
unbiased perspective. And when it flourishes, that it will also bring other cities in it as hard
Absolutely.
workers and as ballers. And
Yes.
my signature reason why I say it's signal surrounding dominance because we surround dominance, competition every day. It's a competitive world. And if you not compete or trying to challenge something to prosper, then you not fit in this business commerce game.
Okay.
Every business that you establish on right now, it's about making money. And if you're not in the game of making money or creating something using your innovation skills, you know, you're gonna be on the back, you're gonna be on the bench as the sixth man that
Okay.
might never get an opportunity to get
Hmm.
out there to play something.
Hello.
So hardball
Hardball.
it just started from Houston
Bet.
and it represents everything. It represents everything. So I'm gonna just keep that in a nutshell because you know in these times here it's easy to steal style and designs and ideas. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. But that's what hard bottom represents. It represents the origins of Houston and every other surrounding city that work hard. Playing hard, balling hard, whatever lifestyle mobile life is good. That's what it
Okay.
represents.
Okay, hardballer. I appreciate that. So, this is a spotlight radio show, so I'm gonna put you on the spot. Can you give me like a little piece of a solo? I'm talking about take us to church.
Take it.
I'm talking about since you started out in the church. It seems like you could take us to church. It seems like you can break it down. I'm talking about I damn near want to cry.
I don't know no song. I don't know no. Right now, I can't even phantom a good song where I can hit it good
What's that?
because I, I just come from work and barely my voice is just
Oh no.
barely making it right.
I know I've been. You know that I know
I know
I've
that
been
song.
changed.
Yeah, I
You
know
know
that song.
this. Yeah,
I'm
just sing that.
horrible singer.
I know I've been changed. Yeah, sing that part. Just that part.
I know, I know I've been changed. That's all I can remember. Like I
Jose.
said, I'm not a real good singer. I always stay in the background to hit the tune. But I'm familiar with that song. I'm familiar with
Already.
that.
Yes, yes. So let everybody know where they can follow you, where they can keep up with you, and where they can listen to your music.
Uh, y'all can follow me on SoundCloud. You can catch three tracks called Bosses, and the other one is called Green, which is the single that I'm trying to work on, try to get it on radio station, and the other one is called Black on Black.
Already.
Those those are the three right now that I have on SoundCloud, Apple, Amazon, and there are other apps out there that I'm registered on. So everything is a work in progress.
That's
The album is going to be called Executive Level because I started from the bottom. I worked my way from the bottom. I've been at the bottom. There's been a time when I was stuck in a depressive state when I lost my brother and my grandmother, my grandfather. And, that really kept me at a degenerate type of mindset. No
okay.
one could really no one really knew where I was at. Everybody knew I was struggling and they showed their respect towards me in a way to, not bother me. But I was covertly in a deep depression state because of all those close people I lost.
Right.
And here I am, I'm coming up late, and I always the best could save for last. But,
Mm-hmm.
I am coming up late, but it's all good because,
Already.
everything happened for a reason.
Absolutely.
God's good and he preserves some people for the end.
That's
So
right. That is so
I'm
true. So,
gonna keep pushing hard like other people I know who inspire me, to keep pushing.
yeah. Are there any features on your new album that's coming out? Your EP album?
Uh everything, like I say, is in progress. Like I say, I want it to be this year that I'm going to be completely recording everything, and then I'm going to officially, you know,
Drop it
try to
out.
make some stuff to try to get it out there.
Already, yes. Well, yes.
Because
Absolutely.
I'm really like a one man's army doing this all by myself, and I know it's a lot of people, a lot of labels out there that's looking for new artists, you know. So I reached out towards a few of them for the moment, but it's like this: whether no one takes time to hear it, it's all good. One thing that I know is this:
Hmm.
it will come out. It's my
Absolutely.
album is gonna come out. It will be pushed out, no
Yes.
matter by any means necessary. I'm
Already.
gonna be hurt. I'm
Okay.
gonna be hurt. There's a lot of people that already told me, man, you need to come on out with it, keep pushing hard. You need to
Yeah.
go on here, stay in your lane and do you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't
That's right.
worry about nobody, you know, I ain't paying attention. Say, do you, bro. Stay in
That's
your lane, hard at your work.
I'm
And
telling you.
then they gonna feel you, bro.
That's right.
I
Yes.
got
Do you? I understand that 100%. Well, you keep on doing what you do. You keep on lifting your head up. You keep on striving every day. Keep being the best that you can be. And
it.
believe me, take your time, take all the time in the world. However it comes out, I don't care if it's 2 years from now, it's going to be the work that you say, hey, this is what I want the people to hear. But for right now, we have some things on SoundCloud to listen to. I am going to put it up on my website tonight. And I
Yeah, I
really
appreciate
appreciate you coming to
it.
Spotlight Radio Show. Thank you for hitting me up. Thank you for following me, fighting me.
I
So,
really
already. Well, you have a good night, and I appreciate you.
appreciate
Already. Thank you.
you.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
All right. Bye bye. Let's see here. How do you do it? Uh oh. Did you jump out? All right, guys. Don't forget, shout out to Matt. Thanks for coming on here. This show is sponsored by Walker Group Tax. Please call them 281-706-1871. You also get a free gift for filing with them. The lady's name is Felicia. You can hit her up. I am going to go live on Spotlight Radio Show on Facebook. I'm going to go live on my personal page as well tonight. And I'm going to go live on Twitter like later, maybe like right now. But don't forget Walker Group Tax. 281-760-1871. Shout out to Matt for jumping on my live. Shout out to everybody that jumped on my live. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks for following Spotlight Radio Show. I can't believe it's been 8 years for Spotlight Radio Show, and I just got an Instagram account for it, and it was the best decision ever to make. It's crazy. I'll tell you about that. Don't forget, you can listen to Spotlight Radio Show podcasts on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts. I'm on Radio Public now. Just go to Radio Public, type in Spotlight Radio Show. The title really is it's personal, but you can type in Spotlight Radio Show and it'll bring it up. Don't forget to go to spotlightradioshow.com. Click the link in the bio. I appreciate the love. Now I'm going to go to one of my other pages and go live and just shout out everybody. I appreciate the